G'day guys, Jeff here, and this is part of the vehicle series for Battlefield Bad Company 2. I'm in the Apache as the gunner, and there's a couple of topics that I want to cover. So as the gunner, it's important to lead the target when you're shooting at them, depending on the movement speed. I mean, I know that sounds obvious, but not a lot of people are successful on the gunner spot, and you'll see that I can do some damage here. Straight off the bat, when you've got a pilot turning corners, it's very difficult for the gunner to determine which direction they're turning to be able to pivot the gun turret in time, so you have more chance of shooting the target. And pausing it here, here's an example of a lead time for a fast moving target. You want it outside of the box. So back to turning, I actually look at the mini-map and have a look at which way the helicopter's going, so I can pivot the turret in that direction. And here on a slower moving target, I can lead it off just a little bit before it with half a box, so between the plus and the perimeter of the box. You're usually only lucky enough on a high-speed run straight over the top to get 1 to 1.5 cycles of the weapon down on the target, but I'll bring some techniques on improving that later. So here's a slow-moving target. I'm only leading it for a little bit, and a fast-moving target, and you can see that I actually led the target quite a lot more. When you're over the base as well and a helicopter respawns, as you know, vehicle spawns quite quick, take it out because they're a major threat to you when you're in the air. So making another run, you can see that I'm again, pause if you need to, but have a look at how I'm leading the target. And the reason that the vehicles are actually in their red diamonds is because I'm running the vehicle electronics package. Another interesting perk for the gunner spot is to run alternate fire, and you can actually trace or shoot traces on multiple targets, and that gives the pilot the ability to understand what you want to shoot at. In this particular case, we actually have a subscriber who's piloting, and he didn't have an active microphone. So as you can see by the voice chat, I'm very active on the voice because I'm actually calling out items to the pilot as well as trying to interpret what he's doing. It would have been ideal if he had a microphone, but we still made it work, and that included repairs because I was running the engineer's kit. This entire match was actually in the Apache, and you'll see that we did quite well with the repairs. So the next thing I want to mention about it as well is that the pilot's job is to actually keep the heli moving, and also moving the helicopter to take care of the major threats first. So for me, I think that the the major threat is actually the anti-AA weapons. There's a couple on this map. You also have them in some tanks. The next in priority, I would say, is another helicopter, followed by low altitude flying and tracer darts. So you don't want to do too much low and slow flying, especially when you're in a gun that has such heavy firepower as this, because it is quite vulnerable. And lastly, the mounted heavy machine guns, or mounted guns that are on some vehicles like the Humvee and whatnot. And here you can see I've led the target, and the helicopter pilot, knowing that was my preference for what we wanted to shoot, also pivoted around very quickly. And you can pivot the helicopter, and we'll get to it later in the piloting series, but you can pivot the helicopter quickly when you actually release the ascent and descend controls and just primarily use roll, which is your left stick. If you use roll on your left and right stick to, either both to the left or both to the right, you can actually spin the helicopter around very quickly. So after some repairs, we'll just take off again. I've sped up some parts that aren't so boring, and here's a quick spot. I'm using the zoom function with the left button here to actually zoom in to lead that target a little bit. I put a few more shots in before zooming, and he would have woken up with a rude surprise getting shot from a helicopter from the other side of the map, but it works quite well. And here's about prioritizing the targets. I could put a couple of shots in the first tank, a couple in the second, even though we're making a medium speed pass over it. But it at least damages the tank enough that even a Carl G with a lower damage output could destroy the tank. So that obviously helps my team as well, and as you can see, we're obliterating them in the tickets. Not too many people also taking shots at us in terms of rockets, but it was a quick and easy win, and there was some helicopter domination for you. So I ended that game on 21-0 with a ton of medals. and it was a lot of fun. So thanks all for piloting, and I'll catch you guys later. Till next time, see ya.